Time to pull out another video from the archives. When the government shut down non-essential businesses back in March of 2020, we had several almost finished videos that came to a screeching halt. Today we're going to go back and present one of those videos that we filmed right before the COVID shutdowns. All right, today we're going to be reviewing the Helite Turtle Technology airbag vest. Now, a bunch of you have probably seen these at shows and online. I've played with them a couple times, but I've never actually used one, and I've never ridden with one on. So what we're going to do later is we're actually going to hop on the bike, throw it on, and see how comfortable it is, and we'll actually deploy this in the studio here, so you'll see how quickly it deploys. But what we're going to start with is kind of going through the actual air vest and what comes with it. Now, mine came with a couple of extra canisters. You generally have to order these, but these are the larger canisters because this is a 2XL vest. All right, so basically, if you order anything over an extra large, it comes with the larger canisters because of the fact of the amount of air it has to push through to inflate the vest. So you are going to spend a couple extra bucks on the replacements, but they're still not bad. They're only about 25 or 30 bucks a piece, considering the Alpine Star and Dainese is anywhere from $100 to $200 every time it deploys. That's actually quite the bargain. And I guess like anything else, you hope you never have to deploy one of these. But just in case, that's why we're taking a look at it. It's pretty straightforward, okay? It's just like any vest that you would put on. We have some CE level 2 armor back here. There's actual armor. There's a back protector in this. So outside of the just the airbag portion of it, there is also armor in here. Okay, which is a nice thing because that always worries you, as if if it doesn't deploy in time, which it will. You want to make sure you have that extra protection. It also does have some little pockets to store the extra canisters in. So you can actually store the canisters in a few different places in here, which is nice. Or you can put your wallet or something else. There are some pockets with a zipper, and these are all pretty waterproof. You'd probably have to go swimming to get something wet in here. But this is nice. You can see here it's got a nice little pocket in there. The actual canisters go in here, okay? So this bulge that's here where it says Helite is actually where the canister goes, and this is the tether that attaches to your bike, and we're going to deploy this later on. So you can see it's pretty easy to access and to change out. There are lots of videos on YouTube on how to do this. It just takes a couple of minutes. It can be done in the field. It's not a real challenging thing to do, so if you have a minor get off and you just get back on the bike and the bike's okay and you keep riding, you could just replace the canister and keep going and be 300 miles out in the middle of nowhere. So that's always a good feature to have, that is field replaceable. 3 clips makes it nice and easy to put on. Okay, it has reflective material on there. So you can see the reflective lining. So obviously visibility is a thing. I would have preferred the high-vis version, which I think they might have. But this obviously will do in a pinch because there is some contrast here, and all of this is reflective. The logo, everything in here is reflective. We have some airflow that you can actually get through some of the seams, because obviously for reasons you can imagine, most of this can't flow air through it because it's an actual airbag. So this part can't flow air, but you're going to get airflow around you. So you really just want to make sure that you have a jacket that flows well in the summertime. And in the wintertime, these things would be great because they would definitely protect you from some wind in the wintertime. What we're going to do next is we're going to actually go and put this on. I'm going to throw my leathers on because I knew that would be the hardest garment to fit around. So I'm going to throw my leathers on and put this on, and we're going to deploy it right here in the studio. So just give me a second. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to put the vest on. Now, if you notice here, I'm sweating because I'm in the studio in these hot leathers. But you can see I have a hump on the back of these. This is typical track day leathers, and this is going to be the hardest garment to actually fit, because you have that extra space there. So I want to see if it actually fits. Track leather's okay outside of the street. We know it's going to fit for the street, so let's see how it works here. I'm doing this for the first time, so if it doesn't work, it'll be live, well, kind of live. And let's just see how easy this is to put on. Oops, let's go to the home correctly. So actually that is on pretty easy. Snapped up really easy. See, it fits good. On the back, you can see it's fitting over the hump. Okay, so it actually is covering me. I'm not feeling any discomfort. It's not too snug or too tight, because we do have the stretch panels in the sides, everything, and the opening here that makes it nice and easy to fit. So you can tell that this is actually fitting me okay with the hump. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my helmet on next, and then we're actually going to deploy it. Okay, let's see how well it works under deployment with the helmet on. All right, so the big thing here is to see how well it fits. I'm going to throw my street helmet on, but I don't think that's going to make much of a difference. Okay, so what I'm going to need my camera guy to do is come over here. It's okay if you get in the shot. And on 3, I want you to pull it really hard. Okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Oh yeah. I could definitely feel that snug on me, and it's right here. It's leaking out air. This is how it deflates. It deflates very slowly, but right now, it's still very much supporting me. In fact, it feels like really snug on me, which is good, because now it's not going to move around. And you can see how well this protects. These are for the front, for the chest, for the back, for my hips. Right here, you can see this. Right there on the side there. So that was a pretty quick, and we'll time that out to see how long full deployment took. But that seemed pretty fast. And my neck, it even protects. I have very little, so I'm not going to snap my neck. Now this isn't armor, so it can't protect you from every accident. But I'll tell you what, this covers quite a bit. And it is snug right now. So it is definitely not going anywhere, and it's staying inflated. So if I'm tumbling down the road, you don't have to worry about, after the deployment, about it deflating to where you can't use it. It actually feels cold right here from the CO2. So the next thing we're going to do is take this out on the road and ride with it to see how comfortable it is. We already see how quick it works, and it looks, I mean, this thing has a lot of protection. And you can see here that this is about 3 minutes after it deployed, and it's still got inflation in there. So it does actually will go completely down, but it takes several minutes. And right now it's still offering protection, which is nice. And you can see in the back here, that's all inflated, and the armor is back in there. This all inflates, these inflate, hips inflate. And all I have to do is put that back in and a new cartridge, which only takes a few minutes. Coming up in part 2 of our Helite Turtle 2 review, I'm going to talk a little bit about my experiences using the vest at the very technical Horse Thief Mile track. Now don't forget to like this video, and of course subscribe to our channel and click that little notification bell so you can keep up to date with all the latest videos we post to our site.